Welcome to Pineapplelens, everyone! So we just spent 20 hours in the past 3 days traveling on really many trains throughout Switzerland. Why? Well, I don't really know, I guess. Why not? I mean, we thought it'd be fun. And so I think we're pretty qualified to show you how to survive such a long trip, because, you know, we're still here. We survived 20 hours and 13 trains. And I must say, we actually had quite some fun on all those trains. And so now we're going to show you some creative ideas on how to survive such a long trip, or even just a short one. Because let's be honest, even though we did it just for the experience, everybody has to get places. And in order to get places, you have to travel there. And usually that journey takes time. And oftentimes I think that time is wasted. It's boring. So here is how not to waste your time and beat boredom at the same time while traveling.
Hello, and a warm welcome to the Glacier Express.
So our number one thing to do on a long trip is food and eating. I guess it may seem pretty obvious, but I think it's important and can be fun as well. The best thing you can do on such a trip with whatever you anyway have to eat is to appreciate it. Appreciate the moment, the delicious flavor, and the fact that you can be sitting in something that's going 100 kilometers an hour and can be enjoying a delicious meal at the same time. It's pretty amazing if you come to think of it. Use this time to eat your favorite snacks and enjoy them. Fruit is also always a great idea. Bonus tip, you should always bring a Swiss Army knife along, because cutting fruit in moving trains, buses, or planes is pretty exciting and kind of fun. Again, appreciating the moment and what you're able to do on such a trip is key to surviving it and having a great time. Oh, and don't forget to drink enough. It's always really important to have your own water bottle with you. Our next idea is to make art, and before you leave the video because you think you can't draw or paint at all, just hear me out. Because no matter how good or bad you can draw, having some markers, pens, paint, and paper can definitely entertain you for several hours. And for the record, if you're traveling with friends, I almost think it's more fun if you're crap at it. You don't need to take it seriously, just let the pens flow and see what you create. We were using watercolor, but another really fun and easy technique is to draw something with a fountain pen and then paint over it with water. You can use a normal paintbrush or a water brush if you have one. But yeah, we definitely ended up painting and drawing some pretty weird stuff. Oh, and if you haven't tried brush writing yet, you might want to consider it. Maybe you could even use a long trip like this one to learn brush writing, because it's actually a really neat skill to have. The pens I started out with are the regular Tombow brush pens, which are really great for beginners. Our next idea is to try writing a letter to your future self. Talk about who you are, what you believe in, where you are now, where you want to be in 3, 5, 10 years, and what you're afraid of. I think this really makes you think a lot about what really matters to you, and it's also giving a gift to your future self. Like a snapshot of your life at a point of time, it will be nostalgic to look back and see what you were thinking at this moment in your life. A bonus tip would be to write lists. Any kind of lists. Bucket lists, the list of things that make you happy, list of things you're grateful for, even a to-do list. Some help you keep track of what's valuable in life, and others help you stay organized. These you can even do on your phone on such a trip, or even just on your daily commute to work or school. When we're traveling, we spend a lot of time looking out the window, especially if we're on a train, car, or bus. I feel like that's mostly because we're bored and don't have much else to do. But if you take time to intentionally appreciate what you see, the beauty of the world or the inconceivability of what man has created, you'll come to enjoy the time you're seemingly wasting much more. So don't just stare aimlessly through the thick glass. Look outside and allow yourself to be amazed. And if you happen to have a camera, take photos of what you see. And just remember, something doesn't need to be beautiful for it to deserve to be photographed. Take snippets of anything that impressed you, that made you laugh, that made you think. Photographs can be much more about emotions and memories than just about looking pretty. Another obvious one is playing games. Just take along a game or toy you haven't used in a while. Sometimes I think we just forget about old games or toys, and a long trip is a great way to rediscover them. Oh, and if you have really much time and motivation, you can always learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube. It's actually much easier than you probably think. If you're traveling with a few other people, doing a drawing competition can actually be a really fun way to entertain yourselves. We brought along a bunch of little pieces of paper, an envelope full of random categories, and a scoreboard that looks like this. Each of us would be the judge for 2 rounds in a row, giving everyone else's drawings a rating from 1 to 10. Whoever got the most points in the end wins. So in each round, the 3 of us who weren't judges had exactly 1 minute to draw something as well as we could that matched the random category for that round. The categories were funny and the drawings definitely turned out kind of funny as well. It's something kind of unconventional, but you definitely get a lot of laughter out of it. Yep, and then there's always reading. I think you should always make a point to bring along a good book, one that you actually really enjoy. Now, since Aurelia didn't happen to have any books on her, I was so kind to lend her my awesome German grammar Duden book. That's also a great read. No, but to be honest, if you can, doing actual work for school or work is obviously a really good and productive way to spend such time as well. If you want to do something good for your body or just want to make everybody stare at you, yoga is a great thing to spend time doing. Just so you know, we actually think yoga is really good. It was just kind of hard to take it seriously in this situation. Oh, and if you ever find yourself in a train compartment all by yourself, you should definitely listen to some loud music, dance, and lean your head out of the window because that really makes for a good experience. The last thing that we did was kind of random. We actually brought along some stickers and then decided to create the most random story ever in form of a cartoon with the stickers. Yeah, we had pretty fun doing that, and it's just like literally the most random thing ever, but pretty awesome though. Well, that's a wrap. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below of what you thought. Subscribe if you aren't already. Oh, and also, thumbs up for us spending 20 hours on 13 trains just for fun. Actually, stay tuned for next Friday. We'll be posting an exciting video from Zermatt, and it'll involve a cute wild ibex. I'm pretty sure you won't want to miss out on that, so see you then.